Look at me, ye cowards. Can you see not that I am alive? Death is behind you, victory before you, and by God's grace, I shall conquer. Welcome back, our fellow history nuts, to historic facts in a nutshell. What happens when a conqueror must transform a bloody battlefield victory into unchallenged dominion? The Battle of Hastings was won on a sunny day in October 1066, but William had more than a coming winter to contend with. The battle was won, but the quest for utter dominion had just begun. William the Conqueror had a mammoth task ahead of him, with an established group of Saxon lords to subjugate, and a remaining threat of Viking repercussions. The Normans would not know peace anytime soon. Imagine the scene. Christmas Day, 1066. Westminster Abbey glows with candlelight, its vast space filled with the solemn chants of clergy. William, Duke of Normandy, stands before the altar, and as the crown is placed upon his head, a new era dawns. Outside, the streets of London are fraught with tension. The Anglo-Saxon nobility, humiliated by their defeat, seethe with resentment. William's coronation is more than a ceremony. It's a calculated move to legitimize his rule amidst the chaos. Recent skirmishes in London had led to more deaths, but the coronation is only the beginning. England is a kingdom simmering with unrest. To secure his power, William immediately begins to reshape the land and its people. He confiscated Anglo-Saxon land and created the feudal system. This power structure gave swathes of land to loyal Norman nobles, who could in turn demand loyalty from the peasants who had no choice but to work their land. This maneuver not only rewarded his supporters, but also ensured their continued allegiance in maintaining control over the English populace. To cement his authority, William transforms the English landscape with stone and mortar. Towering Norman castles rising ominously across the countryside, with the Tower of London standing as the most formidable. These fortresses are more than military strongholds. They are symbols of Norman power, and a stark reminder to the Saxons of their subjugation. Yet resistance is inevitable. The north of England, particularly, is a hotbed of rebellion. In 1069, William faces his greatest internal threat when uprisings erupt. His response is nothing short of catastrophic. The harrying of the north becomes a brutal campaign of scorched earth. Villages are razed, crops destroyed, and livestock slaughtered, transforming fertile land into a barren wasteland. The human toll is staggering. Thousands die from famine and exposure as winter grips the desolate landscape. This is not just a military tactic. It is psychological warfare designed to break the spirit of any future rebellion through sheer terror. William's relationship with the remaining Anglo-Saxon nobility is a calculated mix of clemency and cruelty. Some nobles who swear fealty are allowed to retain their lands, a strategic move to placate potential enemies. Yet those who dare to defy him face swift and brutal retribution. This delicate balance helps prevent a unified Anglo-Saxon resistance, while ensuring that Norman control remains unchallenged. In 1070, William faces threats from the Vikings. King Sweyn, who William previously paid off for an earlier invasion, when the Danish king attacked York, Exeter and Shrewsbury, returned to attempt another, teaming up with Anglo-Saxon noblemen Hereward the Wake, hoping to capitalize on the unrest. William's response is decisive and ruthless, repelling the invasion and reinforcing his reputation as a calculated ruler capable of defending his hard-won kingdom from both internal and external threats. Amidst this turmoil, William commissions the Doomsday Book in 1085, an unprecedented survey of his kingdom's resources. This meticulous record catalogues every piece of land, every manor, and every person of significance. For William, this is not merely about taxation, it's about absolute control. Despite his formidable public persona, William's personal life reveals another layer of his character. He was married to Matilda of Flanders, a woman of remarkable strength and political acumen. Their marriage was one of both love and alliance, solidifying William's ties to Flanders and enhancing his political network. Matilda was a supportive partner, managing their affairs in Normandy, while William focused on England. Together, they had 10 children, several of whom played crucial roles in the politics of medieval Europe. His eldest son, Robert, was a constant thorn in his side, often rebelling against his father's authority. William II, known as Rufus, succeeded him in England, continuing his father's legacy of strong, centralized rule. William's life ends in 1087, not on the battlefield but from injuries sustained during a campaign in France. His death is far from serene, Reports suggest that his body, already bloated and decayed, bursts during his funeral. A macabre and undignified end for a man who had commanded so much fear and respect in life. Upon his death, his empire is divided. Normandy goes to his eldest son, Robert, while England is left to his second son, William II, marking the end of a unified dominion but leaving behind a legacy of transformation. If you like this episode, check out our earlier videos and let us know what you think.